Hello everyone, welcome to TikTok's Hybrid War. Most of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Carnosaurus Productions. If you came from TikTok, then you probably know me as Carnosaurus Prods. And if you came from TikTok, then you came here to watch this exact video, a video about my very own Hybrid War. For those who don't understand, I'll give you some explaining. So a couple weeks ago, I entered my hybrid, the Xenotriceratops, into Goji Center's Hybrid War to battle the Indom 2.0. Seeing them do this made me think, that looks cool. So I wanted to see how much my followers on TikTok knew about their dinosaurs. Now collecting all the submissions and limiting some of our contestants and preparing the bracket, the tournament can begin. But first things first, I'll explain each hybrid when their battle comes, including their abilities and genetic contributions. After I do that, they will battle. I would explain how it goes and who would win. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, Carnosaurus Prods. And without further ado, tournament can start. Now let me make something clear. I am not hating on your hybrid. I'm just assessing the battle on what the outcome would be. Now, our first battle starts with the Shadow Fang Raptor and the Carno Titan. Now, let's start with the Shadow Fang Raptor and look at its abilities and genetic composition. This animal is made up of animals like Deinonychus, Komodo dragon, crow, and bloodhound. Now, onto the Carno Titan. Its genetic composition is made up of Giganosaurus, Carnotaurus, Triceratops, Ankylosaurus, and Therizinosaurus. Now let's look at their abilities. The Shadow Fang Raptor has amazing senses due to the bloodhound, crow, Deinonychus, giving it a heightened sense of smell, hearing, and sight. And with addition, the Komodo dragon giving it a venomous bite, while also having great pack hunting abilities, but due to this being a 1v1, no packs will be allowed. Anyway, we are now into the Carno Titan. This animal is a brute, getting Giganosaurus strength, T-Rex bite force, Triceratops and Carnotaurus horns, and Ankylosaurus armor, and Therizinosaurus claws. Now, this animal has one flaw, and that this animal's balance will be affected due to the Ankylosaurus armor. But seeing how there is just a clear size advantage, the Carno Titan will be moving on to the next round. Now, onto the battle between the Frictosaurus, sorry if I butchered that name, and the Ankyrhino. Let's start the Frictosaurus. This hybrid is a mixture of T-Rex, Utyrannus, Nanuqsaurus, direwolf, Triceratops, and the Spinosaurus. This animal would have obviously been pretty strong by force thanks to T-Rex and Nanuqsaurus DNA. It would also have horns thanks to Triceratops and the Spinosaurus giving it longer claws and arms. Now onto the Ankyrhino. This hybrid is made of cockroach, Ankylosaurus, Stegosaurus, Pachyrhinosaurus, stuttered there, porcupine, and the bullet shrimp. Now, this animal's genetic contributions give this animal some pretty good abilities. The Pachyrhinosaurus gives the animal its head and body shape. Stegosaurus adds thagomizers on its tail, and Ankylosaurus gives it a armored body and belly. Porcupine gives it sharp quills on its back, and the bullet shrimp gives it its attack speed. Let's hope it's not punch power. We all saw what happened to Hank. Yeah. And lastly, cockroach gives it heightened senses and better respiratory system. Now let's see who would win. Well, by taking in all their abilities, I think the Ankyrhinosaurus would win due to its armor. The Ankylosaurus is an amazing touch, but adding the porcupine just gives it more armor. So whenever the Frictosaurus would bite the Ankyrhinosaurus, sorry man, it's just so hard to say that name, it would get porcupine spikes in its mouth and face. So yeah, I personally think that the Ankyrhinosaurus would win. Now on to the next battle. This battle is between the Carnosaurus aegypticus and the Thorosocleon. Yeah. Now let's go on to their genetic composition. The Carnosaurus aegypticus is made up of Carnotaurus, Spinosaurus, and the Tyrannosaurus rex. Only 3 animals. That is surprising. Now onto the Thorosocleon. This animal is made of Utyraptor, direwolf, Euoplocephalus, cheetah, harpy eagle, leaf-tailed gecko, and the thylacine. Now let's analyze the battle. Now seeing again how there's a size and weight difference, and that the Thorosocleon, jeez, it's so hard to say that name, with the Euoplocephalus armor would not go well with the difference in weight, and the cheetah due to its armor bringing speed down and agility. I'm going to have to give this to the Carnosaurus. Now let's go on to the next battle between the Imperius Latam Rayex and the sorry everybody, let me read that again. Indomiraptor. There we go. I'm just going to call it the Indomic for convenience. The Indomic is made of Indominus Rex, T-Rex, Ankylosaurus, and Velociraptor. Now onto the Latam Rayex. Now the Latam Rayex is an amazing animal. I think whoever put this thing together is a genius and amazing at making hybrids, because this thing could go toe-to-toe with the Indom 2.0. This hybrid is made of T-Rex, Inostravicia, Shrew, Gynosaurus, Pangolin, Thorny Devil, Chimpanzee, Utah Raptor, Drepanosaurus, Stingray, Megalosaurus, and the Spitter Spider. Now, who I think would win this battle? I think it's obviously the Latam Rayex. No disrespect to the Indomic, but the Latam Rayex just has too many abilities, like the chimpanzee arms and the Gorgonopsid and T-Rex bite, and the Spitter Spider giving it ranged venom. I could go on and on, but I'm gonna give the Indomic, Jesus, one con, and that's its armor, but we'll have a hard time dealing with balance. But anyways, Latam Rayex moves on. Now on to the next battle between the Maxicani Magnus and the Mortm Crocodilus. Now let's move on to their genetic composition. Let's start with the Maxicani. It's made of Tyrannotitan, Invancinia, jeez, I cannot say these names, Persaurus, Spinosaurus, Bonobo, Viperfish, and the woolly rhino. Now on to the Mortm Crocodilus. This killer croc is made of Sarcosuchus, Kentrosaurus, Western Taipan, and the Nodosaurus. Now, to be honest, this fight can go either way. Like, if it happens in the water or near water, the Mortm Crocodilus can win. But if it takes place on land, or at least near also the water, I think the Maxicani would win. But I'm going to give it to Maxicani, because I think it's just more powerful than the Mortm Crocodilus. But anyways, on to the next battle. This fight is between the Draco Faginex and the Exoraptor. Now to agile composition. Let's start with the Draco Faginex. This creature is made by Paleoplanet. Go check out stuff on YouTube and TikTok. It's pretty cool. Alright, anyway, the Draco Faginex is made of Titancicus, Catfish, Mapusaurus, Direwolf, Suchomimus, Carnotaurus, Raven, Stonefish, Mape, and the Pilosaurus. Now to the Exoraptor. This abomination is made of Pteranodon, Velociraptor, Spinosaurus, and a Ankylosaurus. Now I'm just going to be honest. Draco Faginex solos negative difficulty. Due to the Ankylosaurus club would weigh the animal down and prevent it from flying. The Velociraptor head and Spinosaurus tail wouldn't add anything to help this hybrid. So the Draco Faginex moves on. Now let's go on to the next battle between Cyraxis and the amazing Bob. Anyways, let's start with Cyraxis. This animal is made of Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, Therizinosaurus, Heretosaurus, and Ankylosaurus. Now on to Bob. He is made of Dinosuchus, Electric Eel, and the Axolot. Now, let's assess the battle. Bob has an amazing advantage here due to the Ankylosaurus armor. Cyraxis will be able to knock over and drag into the water where it can be electrocute or even drown its opponent. So yeah, I personally think the great Bob would win. I'm not glazing, please don't come after me. But anyways, on to the final battle of the first round. That's it. This video is already almost done. Anyways, let's get on to the battle between the Troodon Rex and Ghost. Now let's get to their genetic abilities. Let's start with Troodon Rex. It's made of T-Rex, Indoraptor, Scorpius Rex, and the Indominus Rex. Editing mouse here. Also has Troodon in it. That's my bad. Now on to Ghost. Ghost is made of the Indominus Rex, Scorpius Rex, Spinosaurus, Baryonyx, the Leucoustic Baryonyx, Ankylosaurus, and T-Rex. Now let's see who would win. It's close, but I have to say the Troodon Rex would win due to Ghost's one weakness, its mentality. See, the creators of Ghost wanted to give the Scorpius Rex quills and aggression, while the Troodon Rex creators only wanted to give it the quills. Because of the Scorpius Rex's unstable mind, that's why I think the Troodon Rex would win. But it could really go either way. This fight is very evenly matched. But I think the Troodon Rex would inevitably win in the end. After the first round, this is what the bracket looks like so far. Alright, so that was round 1. Sorry this video is short. I'm a lazy piece of crap, and I'm also not good at making YouTube videos. But there will be 2 more videos. Video number 2 will be round 2 and round 3. So yes, I'll start work on the script as soon as I finish this video. And then the 3rd video will be on round 4, and between the winner of the tournament and the Xeno Triceratops. That's right. I hope you guys cannot wait for that video. Now, you might be asking, that's it? No one even won the tournament? Well, yeah, so wait for part 1 and 2. And that will be that soon. So yes, you might have to wait, but it'll be worth it. Don't forget to check out my TikTok, and you'll see you all in the next video. Get on Source Prods, out.